everyone. Thank you for coming. We invite you to please greet the inductees as they enter the auditorium.
Welcome everyone and thank you so much for coming. Please stand if you are able for the Star Spangled Banner sung by Kelsey Piquet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. It is our pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural, for a little while, M Induction Ceremony tonight at Millbury High School. We would like to extend a special welcome to the Millbury Superintendent, Mr. Myers, MHS Assistant Principal, Ms. Cooper, members of the school committee, and our distinguished speaker for the evening, Mr. Adam Major, as well as the many faculty members I see in the house tonight. We would also like to extend our appreciation and excitement for the students before us who will be inducted into this chapter today. Without their leadership, passion for music, and dedication to this program, none of what we do here at Millbury High School would be possible. At many of their interviews during the application process, we asked the question, what vision do you have for our chapter of Triumph? Or, where do you see our chapter by the time you graduate in 3 years? Their answers included items such as creating more mentorship programs between the high school, Shaw, and Elmwood, bringing music to more places around the Millbury community, such as the senior center and assisted living facilities, providing more opportunities for music making and performing for the students at MHS, getting more students involved in the programs, and so much more. With these students at the helm of this inaugural class, we are excited to see the chapter take shape over the course of this school year and beyond.
We would also like to give a special thank you and introduction to the 3 current members of our first ever E-Board who have already been creating a vision for this chapter and have worked really hard putting together this ceremony, all while preparing to be inducted themselves tonight. So when I say your name, please rise and give a wave. Our chapter president, Ari Sylvester. Our chapter secretary, Lily Tarka. And our chapter treasurer, Jamie Hosier. We will now begin our ceremony with a performance of Thank You for the Music by ABBA from 2 of our officers, Lily Tarka and Jamie Hosier. Hello? There we go. A very fitting performance and a very fitting song for this evening. Thank you, Lily and Jamie, for a beautiful performance. We will now invite the chapter president, Ari Sylvester, to the podium.
Ladies, gentlemen, and fellow students, we welcome you to this important occasion. Today, for the first time in Millbury's history, we will formally induct a number of students who have met the prestigious Tri-M criteria and have accepted invitations to become active members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. At this time, we would like to invite Superintendent Myers to the podium for a brief address to our inductees.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome to our students and their families, our faculty, and our friends gathered here tonight for Millbury's very first Tri-M Music Honor Society induction ceremony in 15 years. It's a privilege to stand here before you this evening as we mark this special milestone in our school's history, which is the re-establishment of our very own Tri-M chapter and the induction of its first new members. Congratulations. So this is not only a special occasion, it's also a moment of legacy, because years from now, people will look back on tonight as the beginning of a new and lasting Tri-M, and our very first inductees will always be remembered as the musicians who gave this new chapter its identity. So to our inductees, tonight you are being recognized not only for your musical gifts, but also for what those gifts represent. For the letters Tri-M stand for Modern Music Masters, and those words carry a weight of responsibility. They're grounded in 4 pillars, the pillars of scholarship, character, service, and leadership. Scholarship reminds us that true excellence comes from discipline, long hours of practice, dedication to learning, and striving for improvement. Character reminds us that being part of this music program is so much more than just sound. It's about integrity and friendship and humility. Service reminds us that music is not a private possession. It is meant to be shared, to uplift, and to bring joy to others. And finally, leadership reminds us that musicians inspire by example, by being true friends, by building community, and by showing what is possible when passion and perseverance meet. These pillars remind us that music is far more than merely notes on a page. In fact, it tells us that music is also community. In fact, music is often called the universal language, not only because music can be understood by many, but because music has the extraordinary power to speak in a way that transcends words. It crosses barriers of age. It crosses barriers of culture. Music crosses barriers of language and background and class. And when you perform, when you sing, or you play, or you compose, you create something that every person, no matter who they are, can feel. When musicians perform, they stop being individuals and become part of something larger. A single note played alone may be beautiful, but when joined in harmony, it becomes something that none of us could create on our own. It creates community in itself. And this is the miracle of music. And this is why what you do matters so deeply. And so tonight, I offer you a challenge. As you receive your Tri-M pin and certificate, don't think of them only as recognition for what you've already accomplished. Think of them instead as a calling, a responsibility, and then ask yourself, how can my music, my ability to create community, uplift others beyond this stage or the field or the classroom? How can my art inspire others to see the world with new eyes? And how can I, through my music, help bring together the many voices of our school into one more inclusive Millbury family? If you carry these questions with you, then your music will always matter, because the greatest gift of music is the connections it builds. The moments when each individual voice or note or rhythm comes together to form a sense of something shared, co-created, of a community where everyone belongs. To our Tri-M inductees, congratulations. You have worked diligently, supported one another, and helped to build an amazing community within our school. So wear your Tri-M pin proudly, not just as a badge of accomplishment, but as a promise of what you will continue to give through your music and your joy and your community. We're all very proud of you. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you, Superintendent Myers. We would now like to invite Coda Wackel to the stage to perform Etude Number 2 by Theo Charlier. Thank you for such a lovely performance, Coda. I will now ask Jamie, our chapter treasurer, to present the candidates for student membership.
These music students have been meticulously selected on the basis of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Scholarship represents scholastic achievement and open-mindedness toward knowledge and truth. Character emphasizes a devotion to high ideals and recognizes no barriers between people of diverse backgrounds. Leadership guides us to greater undertakings, and service encourages assistance and kindness to others.
We will now describe the meaning behind the name Tri-M for the candidates selected for student membership. The name Tri-M was derived from the original name of our honor society, Modern Music Masters. The secretary, Lily, will speak of the first letter M, which signifies modern.
That which is new in any age is called modern. Only in looking back does the term modern fade to classical or historical. Let us remember that we should examine the past to inform our future. The present is simply the latest domino in a chain that long precedes you or I. Coming from a former APRIS student, in the study of history, we find ourselves. One day, all of us will join its storied pages. This is a youth organization, and with each succeeding year, its membership will be made up of young people such as you. Therefore, as long as the past may stretch, our society will be forever modern.
The second letter M signifies music. The treasurer, Jamie, will speak about this second symbol.
According to the Random House Dictionary of the English Language, music is the art of sound that expresses ideas and emotions in significant forms through the elements of rhythm, melody, harmony, and color. Music was present even before there was written language, and from that time to the present, it has been a source of communication. Music is the universal language.
The third letter M signifies masters. In the art field, the custom has been to give the title of master to those who have achieved a high degree of proficiency. You all have met the criteria as Tri-M candidates for student membership. As masters, you now have increased your opportunities to serve your school and community. A member of the Tri-M Music Honor Society is one who sets a good example, is always willing to assist those students who are striving to better themselves in the music department, and always remembers that real honor brings responsibility. May you accept this honor of membership and the responsibility that is now vested in you, and wear your pin emblem with pride. We will now have Jamie describe the Tri-M emblem.
The Tri-M emblem was designed to symbolize the function and purpose of the Honor Society. The music staff, the lyre, and the scroll represent the members' proficiency and service in the field of music. The triplet figure in the form of an M symbolizes the three M's in the name, Modern Music Masters, from which the Society's name was derived. I would now like to invite Lucas Clayton on stage to perform Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words,
guest speaker, Millbury High School Class of 2010 graduate, Adam Major, to the podium for a brief address to our inductees.
I promise this will only be 45 minutes or so. No, I'm joking. How about another round of applause for those musicians so far? A little fun fact about our trumpet player, Coda, is he played out of a book of transcendental etudes that can stump most professional trumpet players. So how about another round of applause for Coda on the trumpet? It's an honor to see everybody here this evening. You know, 15 years goes by in a flash. Feels like just yesterday I was sitting in the same auditorium listening to numerous guest speakers that had come to talk with our classes here at Millbury High School. Some things have definitely seemed to change since I was a student among these halls, yet some seem eerily familiar. Just nobody tell Mr. Sullivan or Mrs. Pine. For anyone meeting me for the first time, I'm a proud Millbury High School alumni from 2010. Since that time, I've worked towards growing my professional life into 3 roles. First, the repair shop manager at David French Music in Westboro, where I've been for the past 15 years, private trumpet instructor for the past 12, and a professional trumpet player since the age of 13, actually getting my first gig from Mr. Nagy, who was the high school band director here when I was in 8th grade. I owe so much of my current livelihood to the foundation that was set right here in Millbury. The years spent in the band room and the countless hours of musical exploration that would take me on adventures from the high school football field all the way to Symphony Hall in Boston. Joining the Tri-M Music Honor Society is a distinct mark of accomplishment, a single moment in time that catches you right where you are and challenges you to grow in a different, maybe unexpected way. My congratulations to all of you on achieving this honor, music through service, because at its root, music is an act of service for our community and audiences and beyond. Let's dive into some of my most transformational memories from when I was a student sitting right where you are today. By the end of 8th grade, almost out of the tutelage of Mr. Rollins, the future looked bright here in Millbury. As a young trumpeter, had already joined the high school concert band, jazz band, and the marching band. My parents had bet me that if I could have made junior districts in both my 7th and 8th grade year, they would buy me a professional trumpet. I got to work filling that practice chart that Mr. Rollins taught us all how to use, and by the end of junior high, I found myself with a sparkly, silver-plated Yamaha trumpet. As 2004 came to a close and I embarked to high school, albeit only one catwalk away, change was on the horizon. Mike Nagy had just retired after many years teaching music, and there was a new face in town. Dan Ferreira was fresh out of UMass Amherst and was ready to revamp the love of music here in the band room and with the community at large. I still remember his first quote to me, "So you have some high notes, huh?" I responded, "I guess so," as I nervously sat in the band room chair, my second year of band camp and the first under a brand new director. Little did I know the impact I would have on the music program here, and more importantly, the impact it would have on me. As time went on, it became apparent that our performing ensembles were the bridge between academic departments, and we were the ones to bring that special energy to meaningful school functions, whether at a sporting event, concert, or special ceremonies here in the auditorium recognizing our veterans. Throughout my time as a musician at MHS, I became the first student in Millbury's recorded history to make Massachusetts All-State Band as a freshman, one of the youngest to start performing professionally, and apparently one of the longest to have their marching band picture hanging up at the local Applebee's. Anyway, I find it all too appropriate to jump into a musical memory from each of my high school years and attempt to blur the distance of time, if only for a few moments. These memories serve as timeless pillars and stories that I've rooted in my mind as a musician and an educator, all starting right here. In the late fall of 2006, during a light snowfall, we had finished the last bits of our Polar Express field show at a Micah marching band competition over at Shepherd Hill Regional High School. As the awards were announced, our band received a silver medal, proving to us that positive change was on the horizon. Our band was just under 80 members strong, and as a freshman, we felt we had momentum on our side. Mr. Ferrer had written the entire show, including the music, the drill, and the percussion. We knew that his tireless service to us would be mirrored in our admiration and respect across all of his ensembles. In addition to jazz, concert, and marching band, he would go on to start a winter percussion ensemble, holiday chamber ensemble, and our own original branch of Tri-M. As the time continued on, sophomore year brought more growth and change. When I wasn't dying of confusion in Mr. Marr's honors geometry class, I found myself dreaming of different ways I could make it as a musician. Around this time, the students and Mr. Ferreira had both found their stride. This particular memory takes me back to the front of the art room, all the way to a large tree that stood outside the front of the school, an area that's now near the side parking lot. Mrs. Fairbanks, the art teacher at the time, had called Mr. Ferreira, asking my colleague Sebastian and I to bring our instruments to the art room, proposing that we could process with her class out to the front of the school so she could lay her pet mouse to rest under a tree. With marching snare and trumpet in hand, we worked our way down the stairs and out the front doors of the school, in perfect 8-to-5 roll steps, mind you. And once we made it down to the tree, a drum roll and a farewell melody were played as Miss Fairbanks laid her beloved class pet to rest. This small moment in time, albeit foolish to me at the moment, would prove to be a great act of service for our art teacher, and I'd like to think brought her some solace during that time. Music, no matter how large or small from the musician's perspective, can have a monumental impact on those listening and experiencing it. 2007 went as quickly as it came, and before I knew it, I found myself in my ripped Hollister jeans as a rising upperclassman with thoughts of the future, yet not quite ready to fly. Junior year brought a lot of opportunities for me, but one of my clearest memories came from about 1 minute of music. It was the first time I got to perform the national anthem solo in the gymnasium at a varsity basketball game. These early solo opportunities were some of the most important human moments for me at the time. The community became increasingly aware of the importance of our music program, and I became more aware of how the community at large had a positive impact on me as a performer. Things tend to feel slightly different when playing Sleigh Ride for all the parents during a holiday concert, but a whole new realm of human emotion and understanding is reached when you can impact a group of strangers by yourself. This was one of those moments that taught me how music could transcend. All of these moments, experiences, and hours spent working as a rising musician culminated into a great senior year in 2009 and 10. Many stories of great musical moments, but one stands out above the rest. My senior year jazz night, which is where all of the jazz groups would have a chance to perform, and Mr. Ferreira would bring in a guest artist to close out the evening. This year happened to be UMass Amherst Jazz Ensemble 1, under the direction of Jeff Holmes. Their top-level jazz group opened to music-majoring undergraduate and graduate students. This was the greatest dose of expedited experience and a musical crystal ball of sorts, glimpsing into my own future, a gift that only he could give me. Watching and performing a year early with many of the students I would cross paths with the next year at music school, some of whom I work alongside to this day. This evening of mentorship for musicians at the next caliber would set the stage for the types of experiences I try to give to my own private students. Millbury has always been a community that has quietly fostered the performing arts, never boasting the hidden talents too loudly, but always leaving room to foster some exceptional minds and talented individuals. I'm honored to be considered among them. And as I look out to all of you, would be remiss if I didn't offer a small list of observations I would give to myself if I could step back in time. Number 1, find what you love to do and hone your skill at it. Regardless of how long it takes, passion has no preferred age. Number 2, listen to your teachers. Even the ones you don't see eye to eye with can have some of the greatest pointers for you, even if not immediately apparent. And lastly, be an independent thinker. Regardless of what you can put on a resume or a CV, your mind is your greatest asset. Use it openly and with curiosity. Before I conclude, please take a moment to give Mr. Dooley and all the performing arts staff a round of applause for their tireless efforts and for all of you. From my perspective, their efforts don't go unnoticed. It's been a pleasure to speak with all of you this evening, and I wish you the best of luck as you continue your journey here at Millbury High School and well beyond. Thank you.
I guess a little high. Thank you, Adam, for your encouragement and time giving back to the music program at Millbury High School. Now we will have a performance of Putting on the Ritz by Irving Berlin from our brass quintet, Coda Wackel, Joey Fortunato, John Palmieri, Balin Podzinski, and myself.
Thank you very much to our brass quintet for that wonderful performance. Yeah. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. It is our pleasure to present each of the inductees with your Tri-M pin emblem and your membership certificate. The following candidates for student membership have qualified to become new members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. As your name is read, please come across the stage to receive your membership pin emblem and certificate, and then return to your seats. First up, we have Ariana Sylvester. Ari is a driven, bright, and outgoing student who actively participates in Millbury Jazz Band, Assumption University Jazz Band, Millbury Concert Band, and Marching Band as a drill technician and section leader, playing trumpet and French horn. She additionally interns for the 7th grade concert band and leads as both president of Tri-M and student council. Lily Tarka. Lily is a 4-year member of the Millbury Concert Band and a 3-year member of the Marching Band, where she also serves as a flute section leader and librarian. She has served as an instructor in the Shaw Band Mentorship Program for 2 years, has worked in the costume department for 5 productions, and she now serves as the Tri-M secretary. Jamie Hosier. Jamie is an excelling student who participates in the Millbury Concert, Marching, and Jazz Bands. He has served as section leader of the Front Ensemble for 3 years and a Shaw Band mentor in percussion for 2. He has participated in the Central District Bands for 2 years and was a member of the 7th Regiment Drum and Bugle Corps for their 2024 DCI season, where he played center marimba. He now serves as the Tri-M treasurer. Will Andrianopoulos. Will is a passionate musician and leader who has been a part of the concert band, jazz band, and Shaw Band mentor program, playing mostly brass. They are also a drum major in the marching band, and this is their 2nd year as a conducting intern for the junior high bands. Outside of music, they are also the president of NHS and an active member of the drama program. Talia Bani. Talia Bani is a determined, ambitious, and hardworking student. She has participated in the high school chorus for 1.5 years and is currently in her 1st year of a cappella. During her 4 years in high school, beyond her musical pursuits, Talia has been an IT intern for almost 2 years and a member of the P7 Bible Club, where she has been a dedicated Bible quizzer for 3.5 years. Additionally, she is part of the media team at her church. Angie Borowski. Angie is a hardworking, curious student who is in her 2nd year of being a member in the Millbury Marching Band and is in Winter Color Guard and drama. She is in the Millbury Woolies Unified Basketball. She works with their social media and also helps with the GSA social media. She is in Unified Track and Unified Basketball and is enthusiastic for what this chapter of Tri-M will bring and how music can bring everyone together. Lucas Clayton. Lucas Clayton is a talented, motivated, and dedicated musician. This is his 2nd year in the high school chorus and high school band, 3rd year in marching band, and his 4th year in the drama club. He plays trumpet, mellophone, and also sings. He taught clarinet at the Shaw Band Mentorship Program last year, that is true, and is co-chairman of the fundraising committee for marching band. He is also in charge of fundraising for the drama club. Finally, he is a member of the youth acting company at the Hanover Theater in Worcester.
Joey Fortunato. Joey is a sophomore with a deep passion for music. As a dedicated trumpet player and aspiring conductor, he strives to bring energy and expression to every performance and rehearsal. Beyond performing, Joey serves as class president, where he sees leadership as an opportunity to give back to his class, and he is just as excited to give back to the community as a member of Millbury's Tri-M chapter. Having been blessed with many opportunities through music, Joey is committed to helping others discover and enjoy the same experiences, ensuring that music continues to inspire and connect people in all ways through the Millbury Music Department. Lily Gokowski. Lily is a hardworking, driven, and curious student who is in her 2nd year of being a member of the Millbury Marching Band and the Drama Club, and is in her 1st year of chorus. Outside of the arts department, she is a social media manager for GSA and participates in track and field. She is excited for what this chapter of Tri-M will bring and how music can bring us together. John Palmieri. John is a determined, patient, energetic, and very hardworking student, member, and trombonist of the of the MMPA, having been in it ever since 5th grade. He has played in many different bands in the MMPA, such as concert band, jazz lab, JB&T, jazz band, marching band, and basketball band. He has also represented Millbury in the Central District's Massachusetts Music Educators Association. Outside of music, he has been in life skills martial arts in Millbury for about 5 years. He strives to help others that are struggling to improve and tries his best in almost everything he does. He hopes to be the best he can and improve this community and program, and he is very excited to try. Kelsey Paquette. Kelsey is an excelling musician and student who participates in the concert band, marching band, chorus, a cappella, and drama club. This is her 2nd year in the high school concert band, Shaw Band Mentor Program, high school chorus, and a cappella. This is her 3rd year in the marching band and her 4th in the drama club. Bo Rowe. Bo is a passionate, kind, and joyful student. He has been in many different music and art programs in Millbury, such as high school concert band, JB&T, drama club in the position of recruitment chair, and marching band as drumline captain. When not in the band room, Bo will be in the art room interning for Miss Reader and creating different pieces of his art portfolio class with the goal of becoming an art teacher. He is very excited for this new chapter of Tri-M and to share the love of music. Mackenzie Settle. Mackenzie is a driven student and enthusiastic person. She has been part of the high school concert band for all 4 years and jazz band number 2 for 2 years. In addition, she has been in marching band for 4 years and has been drum major for the past 2. Outside of the band world, she is treasurer for NHS and a leader for GSA. Coda Wackel. Coda is an ambitious young musician who is determined to create a brighter future for music. He is a trumpet player in the high school concert band, jazz band, and marching band. He is also a member of the Worcester Youth Symphony Orchestra, Assumption University Jazz Band, McGann Marching Band, Rhode Island Veterans Band, Worcester Summer Music Institute, and he is a conducting intern for the 7th grade concert band. Stephen William. Stephen is a talented musician and diligent student who is a driven percussionist. He started his percussion journey 7 years ago and now performs in both the concert band and is a 3rd-year member of the battery in the marching band. Stephen has been a mentor for the Shaw Music Program. He has been selected to perform with the Ambassadors of Music program in Europe in the upcoming summer. Outside of music, Stephen is an avid outdoorsman and active participant in the MHS Outdoors Club. I now officially congratulate and welcome you all as new members of Chapter T10193 of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Will all the candidates for student membership please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge to show your dedication to the principles of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. We, the members of the Millbury High School Music Department, in order to foster a continued interest and a desire for excellence in music, to encourage appreciation and joy in music, both within our school and community, to advance the spirit of musical knowledge, and to foster musical enrichment for our school. Accept the honor now granted to us.
Dearly newly inducted Tri-M members, welcome to the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Your membership is a tell of your high musicianship, academic achievement, and leadership. You now join thousands of students worldwide who share in this honor. Your dedication and hard work have set you apart, and this achievement reflects the impact that you are already making as young musicians. With that thought in mind, you are now in the unique position to pass on the torch of your musical knowledge to those in years to come.
Tri-M is more than a gathering of musicians. It is a fellowship that embraces the universal language of music and the qualities of leadership. Music has the power to connect us, to inspire commitment, and to strengthen our sense of belonging together. As members, you now carry the responsibility of leading by example and showing how music can enrich both our school and our community. May you wear your Tri-M pin with pride and dignity as you continue to share your talents with your school and community. Welcome to the Tri-M family. We would now like to welcome back Ari, the chapter president, officially on stage for closing remarks. Tri-M members, you may now be seated.
On behalf of the Tri-M Music Honor Society, I want to thank our chapter advisors, Ms. Hammer and Mr. Dooley. You created a program that not only allows your students to succeed, but also to soar. To our officers, thank you for your hard work and time in ensuring a smooth induction. Thank you to our guest speakers, Mr. Myers and Adam. Your words have truly inspired us. And thank you to all who have made our first induction ceremony such a success. With your consistent support not only for this ceremony, but also for our music programs, our concerts, our competitions, we can continue to inspire newfound passion for those searching for it. We now invite you all to attend a small reception in the library. Please allow our inductees to file out before exiting the auditorium. Inductees, you may now rise and exit the auditorium.